And we continue with the Kenny and JT show here on News Talk 1480 WHBC. Our spring training coverage of your Cleveland Guardians for 2023 continues as well. Joining us right now, key member of the bullpen for your Cleveland Guardians, Trevor Stephan. Trevor, how are you today?
I'm good, guys. How are y'all?
Hey, we're great, man. And we seem to hear a little pep in everybody's step back at spring training, getting the band back together for another road trip, right? 162 game road trip. How's it feel so far?
Absolutely. I think just coming out to Arizona, it's like a little breath of fresh air. It's always good weather out here this time of year, and just seeing the boys. You haven't seen them for a few months, and just kind of get back in the feel of things is it's a lot of fun. It's an exciting time of year.
What do you work on the off season? I mean, you were pretty much lights out last year. So what's the off season been like?
Yeah, I think part of that's probably just getting back in shape. That 162 was probably a different experience for me, for sure. Just getting to I threw in a lot more games than I did my rookie year, and kind of using that off season to rebuild, get back in shape and get the arm ready for another 162. Now you know how it feels.
Mm-hmm. Go back to the beginning of last year. What were your expectations for you? What were their expectations for you? And do you think you exceeded them?
Those were kind of my expectations. I knew that closer role obviously was pretty much nails. Like Clase is the best in the game at what he does. But with Karinchak going down in last spring, there's some question marks probably in the later innings, and everyone down there was capable as we had a really good bullpen. But, I just kind of wanted a more important role, I think, building off my rookie year, and was just kind of came in trying to just pitch as well as I can.
Trevor, one of the questions, or a lot of the questions that we're asking all the players this year is with these rule changes now – Kenny, we were out there, 3 years ago is the last time we were out for spring ball. They were dabbling with the pitch clock. Obviously, you're familiar a little bit with it, but how will it affect your game?
Yeah, I think everyone's got to adapt. We've kind of talked about in the locker room. I think I'm pretty new to the league. I feel like a lot of these veterans that have been pitching their way for 10, 12 years probably might affect them a little bit more just because they're so been around so long doing it that way. I think everyone's got to deal with it, so it's kind of even playing field. It's just, you just can't let it, you just got to adapt.
We get up there and quick pitch everybody.
That's probably going to be some people are definitely going to mess with it, but we'll see. I haven't thrown on it. I feel like I've thrown on it in 19 in the minor leagues a little bit, but I don't even know. I can't even remember how much time they gave us, but I think I got balled a couple times in the minor leagues on a pitch clock, if I remember correctly, but whatever.
Yeah, you'll adjust. You'll deal with it as the season unfolds and everything. And we'll see if it does indeed speed up the game for the betterment of the game is what they're looking for, Trevor. Trevor Stephan, our guest here on the Kenny and JT show. Trevor, 66 games for you last year. Have you set a goal or a number as far as how many games you think you can throw this year? Or is it, hey, if they call on me, give me the ball, I'm going to go out there and throw it?
Yeah, I haven't really set a exact number in my head. Obviously, building off last year would be good, but I think I learned a lot from Shaw my rookie year, and then even last year. I think my rookie year he threw in 81 games, but he made a long career in the big leagues just by being available every day, and that's kind of my goal is just to stay healthy and pitch well and just be available every day.
JT and I talk about this on the show in all of sports, right? Whatever it is at the pro level, the best ability is availability, right? And that's something that as a pitcher, relief pitcher, you want to be able to go out there as many times as your team needs you. How do you prepare for that physically? What did you do in the offseason maybe to get stronger so you can go at least 66, if not more, and whenever Tito calls on you?
Yeah, so off-season programming, I think you fine-tune it probably just the more you kind of learn your body and the older you get, you kind of just adapt things. But I think for me last year, that kind of like late in the season, that really started to take a toll on me and just kind of having to get back in shape, rebuild, and then whatever that looks like, just changing your diet, maybe a little bit extra sleep, just little things. You know how your body feels by this, this point in your career, and just trying to feel the same every day is probably the name of the game.
Another part of that availability is the fact that you've been a starter before in your career. Would that be something that you might be called upon to do again in case somebody gets injured or, something happens?
I don't think so. I think I'm stuck in the pen now, which is fine by me.
Okay.
Trevor, this team last year surprised a lot of people, maybe not in the clubhouse, but outside of the clubhouse throughout Major League Baseball. And we've talked about this with other guys already this week. You're no longer hunting, you're the hunted. What was Tito's message to you guys today, maybe about that as he spoke to the team?
Yeah, I think, this organization's really good at doing things the right way. And, I think kind of getting that foundation under us last year was a good thing, a lot for the young guys to experience. I know for me, getting to play in those, those games that mean everything in September, October, it was a good learning experience. And now we just got to make sure we take another step forward. It's not given to us this year. I think, winning the division is going to be a hard challenge, and we just got to make sure we kind of find our identity and ride it all the way through the season.
How much fun was last season to come from behind wins, winning the division, getting to pitch in the postseason and that? Give us an idea of what that was like for a young kid like you.
I told some guys already, I felt like I fell in love with the game all over again. I really didn't know how much it meant to win. I feel like, whatever it looked like, just winning was like the best feeling. It wasn't about me. It wasn't about, somebody else. It was just, if we won, it was a good day at the yard, no matter what it looked like.
What's it like to be in that bullpen watching those come from behind victories late in the game there and knowing or getting that feeling that, hey, is this going to happen again? Yeah, it's going to happen again. Let's watch it.
I think this is probably why it's crucial to probably have a really good bullpen, is just as the game, we saw these games playing out kind of from the third, fourth inning. It's like the longer the game went, that it was closer. Felt like we always had the advantage. And I think the team felt that, whether it was the bullpen or just clutch ABs late in games. Just like the closer the game was late, we always felt like we had an edge. And I don't think you can have that without clutch ABs and a tight bullpen. So that's kind of, you play a lot of tight games in this league, and, that's something we got to take advantage of again this year.
Yeah, well, we hope it happens again this year. Maybe not as many last at bat wins, some blowout victories somewhere along the way, but the W's are all that matter. And Trevor Stephan, you were a huge part of that last year. Continued success, and we'll see you down at Progressive Field. All right.
Awesome, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There is Trevor Stephan checking in on the Kenny and JT show here on News Talk 1480 WHBC. We'll get a break in. Be back with more right after this.